From poor habits to rich mindset, 12 money habits that keep you poor. Learn English with real financial wisdom. Let me ask you something. You work hard, maybe 40, 50, even 60 hours a week. But when the month ends, your bank account looks like you've been working for free. You earn good money, yet somehow you're still broke. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody told you. Your income is not the problem. The real enemy is hiding in your daily habits. Habits so common that 95% of people don't even realize they're destroying their wealth. Think about it. You've seen people earning less than you, yet they always seem financially stable. And you've seen people earning twice as much as you, but they're drowning in stress and debt. So, what's the difference? It's not luck. It's not a secret investment. It's habits. Today, I'm going to expose the 12 invisible money traps that silently steal your future. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to break them before they rob you of another year of your life. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact roadmap that separates the financially free from the forever broke. You'll never look at money the same way again. This isn't just about money. This is about freedom, control, and the power to live life on your terms. If you miss this, you'll keep living the same financial story you've been stuck in for years. So, are you ready to see what's been keeping you poor? Let's begin. The 12 money habits that steal your wealth. Habit number 1. Paying yourself last. Let me paint a picture of how most people handle money. It's Friday. Your paycheck hits your bank account. You feel good for about 5 minutes. Then reality hits. First, you pay rent. That's $200 gone. Then utilities, another $150. Car payment, $350. Insurance, $200. Groceries, $400. Phone bill, $80. Credit card minimum payments, $200. A dinner out because you're tired from working all week, $60. At the end of the month, you look at your account and think, I'll save whatever is left over. But guess what? Nothing is left over. There never is. This is the most common and most dangerous money habit, paying yourself last. You pay your landlord, you pay the electric company, you pay the car dealership. You pay everyone except the most important person in your financial life, your future self. Here's what rich people do differently. The moment money comes into their account, before they pay anyone else, they pay themselves first. They take 10%, 15%, sometimes 20% of their income and immediately move it to savings and investments. They understand a simple truth. If you don't pay yourself first, you'll never pay yourself at all. Let me give you a real example. Clayton earns $4,000 per month. He used to pay everyone else first and save nothing. Then he decided to pay himself first. On payday, before touching any other expenses, he automatically transfers $400 to his savings account. He forces himself to live on $3,600. Guess what happened? He didn't even notice the difference in his daily life. But after 1 year, he had $4,800 in savings for the first time in his adult life. Your savings are not what's left over after spending. Your savings are what you take first, before spending. Ask yourself, if you don't pay yourself, who will? If you don't prioritize your financial future, who will? But paying yourself last is just the beginning. The next habit is even more dangerous because it feels so normal, so acceptable, that millions of people are trapped by it without even knowing. Habit number 2, making peace with bad debt. Everyone has credit card debt, people say. It's just part of modern life. My parents had debt. My friends have debt. It's normal. Stop right there. This thinking is destroying your wealth. There's a huge difference between something being common and something being smart. Smoking used to be common too. That didn't make it healthy. Let me explain something that will change how you think about debt forever. There are 2 types of debt in this world: good debt and bad debt. Good debt is debt that can make you money over time. A mortgage on a house might be good debt because real estate often increases in value. A student loan for education that increases your earning power might be good debt. Bad debt is debt on things that lose value and don't generate income. Credit card debt for clothes, restaurants, vacations, gadgets, and furniture is bad debt. You're paying interest on things that become worth less every day. Here's the brutal truth. Every month you carry credit card debt, you're making credit card companies rich while making yourself poor. Let's say you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 18% interest. If you only pay the minimum payment of $100 per month, it will take you 7 years to pay it off. You'll pay over $3,000 in interest alone. That's $3,000 that could have been invested and grown into $15,000 or more. I know someone who normalized credit card debt for 15 years. He always had a balance. He always paid the minimum. He thought it was just how life worked. Over those 15 years, he paid over $25,000 in interest payments. That money could have bought him a car, paid for his children's education, or grown into a 6-figure investment account. Rich people have a completely different relationship with bad debt. They hate it. They avoid it. When they accidentally get into bad debt, they attack it aggressively and eliminate it as fast as possible. Bad debt is like a financial vampire. It sucks your financial blood every single month, leaving you weaker and poorer. Stop normalizing financial vampires in your life. What I'm about to tell you next will make your blood run cold, because this habit destroys people who think they're being responsible. Habit number 3, living without an emergency fund. Picture this nightmare scenario. It's Tuesday morning. Your car won't start. The mechanic says it needs a new transmission, $3,000. You have $200 in your checking account. What do? If you're like most people, you panic. You put it on a credit card. You borrow money from family. You make your financial situation 10 times worse trying to solve one emergency. An emergency fund is like a financial safety net. It's money that sits in a boring savings account, earning almost no interest, waiting for life to happen. This money has one job: to protect you from going into debt when emergencies occur. How much should you have in an emergency fund? Most financial experts recommend 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. If you spend $3,000 per month to live, you should have $9,000 to $18,000 in emergency savings. I know what you're thinking. I can barely save $100. How am I supposed to save $15,000? Start small. Save $20 per week. In 1 year, you'll have over $1,000. That $1,000 will cover most small emergencies without going into debt. Then keep building from there. Most people skip this step completely. They think emergencies won't happen to them. They think they can just figure it out when problems come up. But here's the reality. Without an emergency fund, you're always one car repair, one medical bill, or one job loss away from financial disaster. Rich people always have emergency funds. They sleep peacefully at night, knowing they're prepared for life's surprises. Poor people hope surprises won't come. Hope is not a financial strategy. But here's what's really shocking. Even people who save money often make a critical mistake that destroys everything they've worked for. Let me show you what I mean. Habit number 4, having messy, disorganized finances. Here's a shocking statistic. 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. But here's what's even more shocking. Most of them have no idea where their money actually goes each month. They're not broke because they don't earn enough. They're broke because they're flying blind. Let me tell you about Mark. Mark earns $5,000 per month. He has 3 checking accounts, 2 savings accounts, and 4 credit cards. He never checks his balances. He never tracks his spending. He just hopes everything works out. Mark lives in what I call financial fog. He has no idea where his money goes. He makes financial decisions based on guesses and feelings instead of facts and data. Last year, Mark thought he was doing okay financially. Then he sat down and actually tracked his money for 3 months. He was shocked. He was spending $800 per month on food, $400 on groceries, and $400 on restaurants and takeout. He was spending $300 per month on subscription services he forgot he had. He was paying $50 per month in bank fees because of overdrafts and low balances. Once Mark saw these numbers clearly, he was able to make changes. He cut his food spending to $500 per month. He canceled subscriptions he didn't use. He organized his accounts to avoid fees. Just by getting organized, he saved $650 per month. That's $7,800 per year. Here's a fundamental truth about money. You cannot manage what you do not measure. You cannot control what you do not understand. Rich people know their numbers. They track every dollar that comes in and every dollar that goes out. They review their finances regularly, like a pilot checking instruments during flight. Poor people avoid looking at their finances. They're afraid of what they might find. But avoiding reality doesn't change reality, it just makes things worse. When your finances are organized, you make intelligent decisions. When they're messy, you make expensive mistakes. You wouldn't drive a car with a dirty windshield. Don't manage your money with unclear information. But financial blindness isn't the worst part. The next habit is what I call the happiness trap, and it's bankrupting an entire generation. Habit number 5, keeping expensive hobbies that drain your wealth. It's my passion, Lisa said, defending her $8,000 photography habit. You can't put a price on happiness. Actually, you can. And Lisa did. $8,000 that could have grown into $30,000 over 10 years. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some hobbies are wealth killers disguised as self-expression. Let me tell you about Lisa. Lisa loves photography. It started as a small interest, but it grew into an expensive obsession. She bought a $2,000 camera. Then she needed better lenses, another $1,500. Then professional lighting equipment, $800. Then a new computer for photo editing, $3,000. Then software subscriptions, $50 per month. In 2 years, Lisa spent over $8,000 on photography equipment. That's money that could have been invested and grown significantly over time. Here's another example. Tom loves golf. Golf club membership, $200 per month. New golf clubs, $200. Golf lessons, $100 per week. Golf trips with friends, $2,000 per year. Golf clothes and accessories, $500 per year. Tom spends over $8,000 per year on golf. Over 10 years, that's $80,000. If that money was invested instead, it could grow to over $200,000. I'm not saying you should eliminate all hobbies and fun from your life. That would be miserable and unsustainable. But I am saying you need to be intentional about your hobby spending. Before buying hobby equipment, ask yourself these questions. Will this purchase bring me long-term value? Am I buying this because I need it or because I want it? Could this money be better used for my financial future? Rich people often choose hobbies that either cost very little or can generate income. Reading books costs almost nothing. Walking and hiking are free. Learning new skills online is inexpensive. Some people turn their hobbies into income streams. Photography businesses, golf instruction, craft sales. Poor people often choose hobbies that require constant expensive upgrades and consumptions. Your hobbies should add value to your life without subtracting value from your financial future. Habit number 6. Only focusing on saving money, not earning more. While poor people clip coupons to save $20, rich people are learning skills to earn $2,000 more per month. While poor people drive across town to save 10 cents on gas, rich people are building businesses. While poor people argue about splitting restaurant bills, rich people are investing in assets. See the pattern? There's a limit to how much you can save, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. Let me show you what I mean with real numbers. If you make $3,000 per month and save 10% of your income, you're saving $300 per month. Even if you become extremely disciplined and save 20% of your income, you're only saving $600 per month. But what if instead of just focusing on saving more, you also focused on earning more? What if you learned a new skill that helped you get a promotion? What if you started a small side business? What if you earned an extra $500 per month? Suddenly, you could save $300 per month and have an extra $500 per month to invest or save. That's $800 per month instead of $300, almost 3 times more. Rich people focus on both sides of the equation, spending less and earning more. Poor people often only focus on spending less. Here are some ways to increase your income. Learn high-value skills online: programming, digital marketing, writing. Start a side business: consulting, freelancing, online sales. Ask for a raise or promotion at your current job. Get certifications that increase your market value. Saving $100 per month is good. Earning an extra $1,000 per month is life-changing. Don't just cut costs. Grow your income. Your earning potential is unlimited. But what I'm about to reveal next will shock you, because it's the one habit that destroys people who think they're winning at life. Habit number 7, trying to keep up with people who have more money. You see your coworker walking into the office wearing $300 sneakers and designer jeans. Your brain immediately thinks, he must be doing really well financially. Maybe I should upgrade my wardrobe too. But here's what you don't see. Those expensive sneakers, bought with a credit card, those designer jeans, 3 months of car payments he skipped to afford them. That coworker who looks so successful? He's eating ramen noodles for dinner because he spent his grocery money on looking good at work. Social media has made this problem 10 times worse. You see your friends posting photos from expensive vacations. You see influencers wearing designer clothes. You see people driving luxury cars and eating at fancy restaurants. Your brain starts playing tricks on you. You think, everyone is doing better than me. I need to spend more to keep up. I need to look successful too. This is called lifestyle inflation, or keeping up with the Joneses. It's one of the fastest ways to destroy your wealth. Let me tell you Stephen's story. Stephen earns $4,000 per month, a decent income. But his friends all seem to make more money. They go to expensive restaurants every weekend. They buy designer watches. They take international vacations twice a year. Stephen felt left out and embarrassed. So he started spending money he didn't have to keep up. He used credit cards to pay for dinners out, shopping trips, and a vacation to Europe. Within 2 years, Stephen had $15,000 in credit card debt. He was paying $400 per month in minimum payments and interest charges. His attempt to look wealthy made him actually poor. Here's what Stephen didn't realize. Many of the people he was trying to keep up with were also using credit cards and loans to fund their lifestyle. They looked rich on the outside, but were struggling financially on the inside. They looked rich on the outside, but were struggling financially on the inside. Real wealth is mostly invisible. It's money in investment accounts, not clothes in closets. It's a strong credit score, not an expensive car payment. It's financial peace of mind, not an impressive Instagram feed. Some of the wealthiest people I know drive older cars, wear simple clothes, and live in modest homes. They look ordinary, but they have millions of dollars in investments. Some of the brokest people I know look rich. They have nice cars, designer clothes, and expensive gadgets. But they also have huge debts, no savings, and constant financial stress. Stop trying to impress people who don't pay your bills. Stop comparing your real financial situation to other people's highlight reels. Your bank account balance is more important than your image. Habit number 8. Using credit cards too much for points and rewards. I only use my credit card for the points, people say. I pay it off every month, so I'm basically getting free money. This sounds smart. Credit card companies offer attractive rewards, 2% cash back, airline miles, hotel points. It seems like you're beating the system. But here's what credit card companies know that you might not. People spend significantly more money when using credit cards compared to cash. Multiple studies have shown that people spend 12 to 18% more when using credit cards instead of cash. This happens because plastic doesn't feel like real money. It's easier to swipe a card than to hand over physical cash. Let's do the math. If you normally spend $2,000 per month and get 2% cash back, you earn $40 in rewards. But if using credit cards causes you to spend 15% more, you're now spending $2,300 per month. That's an extra $300. You gained $40 in rewards but lost $300 in overspending. That's a net loss of $260 per month or $3,120 per year. Even if you pay off your credit card completely every month and never pay interest, you might still be losing money due to increased spending. I'm not saying credit cards are always bad. If you have excellent self-control and track your spending carefully, credit cards can be useful tools. But most people overestimate their self-control and underestimate their spending. Here's a better approach. Use credit cards only for planned purchases that you would make anyway. Set a monthly spending limit and stick to it. Track every purchase. Pay off the balance immediately, not just at the end of the month. Don't let the tail wag the dog. Don't make purchases just to earn rewards. The goal is to build wealth, not to collect points. Credit card companies aren't charities. They don't give you something for nothing. Make sure you're actually coming out ahead. Here's something that will blow your mind. The next habit costs people thousands of dollars, and they do it while thinking they're being smart. Habit number 9. Paying more. Due to poor planning. Imagine throwing $50 out your car window every month. Sounds crazy, right? That's exactly what poor planning costs you. And most people do it without even realizing. Let me give you some examples. Jennifer needs a wedding gift. She remembers the night before the wedding. The only store open late charges 50% more than regular stores. Poor planning cost her $30. David needs to fly to see his family for Christmas. He waits until December to book his flight. The price is 3 times higher than it would have been in October. Poor planning cost him $400. Sarah's car registration expires. She forgets about it and gets pulled over. Now she has to pay the registration fee plus a $200 fine. Poor planning cost her $200. Mike runs out of milk and bread. Instead of adding them to his grocery list, he makes a special trip to the expensive convenience store near his house. Poor planning cost him $8. These might seem like small amounts, but they add up quickly. If poor planning costs you just $50 per month, that's $600 per year. Over 20 years, that's $12,000, money that could have been invested and grown significantly. Rich people are excellent planners. They buy Christmas gifts in January when everything is on sale. They book flights and hotels months in advance. They keep backup supplies at home. They maintain their cars regularly to avoid expensive emergency repairs. Poor people live in crisis mode. Crisis mode is always expensive mode. Every time you pay extra money due to poor planning, you're essentially stealing money from your future self. Here's how to break this habit. Use a calendar for important dates. Keep lists of things you need to buy. Shop with a plan, not impulse. Maintain and prepare for things before they break or run out. Plan ahead or pay more. The choice is yours, and you make it every single day. Habit number 10. Paying too much in taxes. David gets excited every spring because he receives a $3,000 tax refund. It's like free money, he says. I'm going to use it for vacation. I have bad news for David. That's not free money. That's his own money that he loaned to the government, interest-free, for an entire year. A large tax refund means you paid too much tax throughout the year. The government held your money for 12 months and gave it back without paying you any interest. If David had kept that $3,000 and invested it instead of giving it to the government, he could have earned returns on that money all year long. But the problem goes deeper than tax refunds. Most people don't understand basic tax strategies that could legally reduce their tax burden. For example, contributing to a retirement account like a 401k reduces your taxable income. If you're in the 22% tax bracket and contribute $5,000 to your 401k, you save $100 in taxes while building your retirement savings. Many people don't know about tax deductions they could claim. Home office deductions for people who work from home. Educational expense deductions. Charitable contribution deductions. Some people miss out on tax credits, money that directly reduces the amount of tax you owe. Child tax credits, earned income tax credits, education credits. I'm not suggesting you do anything illegal or unethical. I'm suggesting you learn the legal ways to minimize your tax burden. Rich people have tax strategies. They understand the tax code and use it to their advantage. They hire professionals to help them legally reduce their taxes. Poor people just accept whatever tax bill they get. They don't question it. They don't learn about it. They don't optimize it. Take time to learn about taxes or hire a professional to help you. The money you save in taxes can be invested and grow over time. Paying more taxes than legally required is like throwing money in the trash. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the financial devastation of this next habit. It's stolen more wealth than every stock market crash combined. Habit number 11. Waiting too long to start investing. I'll start investing when I have more money, people say. Right now, I need every dollar for bills and expenses. When I get a raise or pay off my debt, then I'll start investing. This is the most expensive mistake young people make. They wait for the perfect time to start investing, but the perfect time never comes. Let me show you why waiting is so costly with a real example. Jessica and Mike are both 25 years old. Jessica starts investing $200 per month immediately. Mike waits until he's 35 to start investing the same $200 per month. Assuming a 7% annual return, here's what happens. Jessica invests for 40 years, age 25 to 65. She puts in $96,000 total, $200 x 12 months x 40 years. Her account grows to over $525,000. Mike invests for 30 years, age 35 to 65. He puts in $72,000 total, $200 x 12 months x 30 years. His account grows to about $245,000. Jessica ends up with more than twice as much money, even though she only invested $24,000 more than Mike. The difference is the power of compound interest and time. Those 10 extra years of investing made Jessica an additional $280,000. That's $28,000 per year for waiting 10 years. That's more than many people earn in total income. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He said, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." When you invest money, you earn returns not just on your original investment, but also on all the returns you've earned over time. Your money makes money, and then that money makes money. But compound interest needs time to work its magic. The longer your money is invested, the more powerful compounding becomes. Every year you wait to start investing costs you thousands of dollars in future wealth. You don't need a lot of money to start investing. You can open investment accounts with as little as $1. You can invest in low-cost index funds that require no special knowledge or expertise. The best time to start investing was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start with whatever you can afford, even if it's just $25 per month. You can always increase the amount later as your income grows. Time is more valuable than money when it comes to investing. Don't waste any more time. And now, the final habit. This one is so twisted, so backwards, that people actually feel proud of destroying their financial future. They think it makes them better humans. Prepare yourself. Habit number 12, not caring about money. Money isn't everything, Kevin said, as he declined to learn about his 401k. There are more important things in life. I'm not greedy like those rich people. 6 months later, Kevin couldn't help his sick mother with medical bills. He couldn't donate to the charity he cared about. He couldn't even take time off work when his father died because he had no savings. This attitude sounds noble and spiritual, but it's actually the most selfish habit of all. When you don't manage your money properly, you limit your ability to help others. You can't be generous when you're broke. You often become a burden to family and friends who have to bail you out of financial emergencies. Money is a tool. Like any tool, you need to learn how to use it properly. You don't have to love money or make it the most important thing in your life. But you must respect it, understand it, and manage it responsibly. Rich people understand that money is simply a tool for creating the life they want and helping others. Poor people either obsess over money because they don't have enough or they ignore money and pretend it doesn't matter. Good money management gives you freedom, options, and the ability to be generous. It reduces stress and helps you take care of yourself and the people you love. Ignoring money doesn't make you spiritual or noble. It makes you broke and limits your ability to make a positive impact in the world. Conclusion. Now you know the 12 habits that keep people trapped in financial struggle. Each habit might seem small, but together they destroy your financial future. The good news? Every single one can be changed. Pick just one habit from this list. Don't try to change everything at once. Choose the easiest one to fix or the one costing you the most money. Maybe you'll start paying yourself first with $100 per month. Maybe you'll create a simple budget. Maybe you'll open an investment account. Small changes compound over time. A tiny improvement every day leads to massive changes over years. Your financial future isn't determined by your current situation. It's determined by the habits you choose starting today. Here's my final question. Which habit will you change first? Write it in the comments below. When you write it down, you're 42% more likely to follow through. Rich people have rich habits. Poor people have poor habits. The choice is yours. Change your habits. Change your life. The power is in your hands. If you don't control your money, someone else will control it for you. If this video opened your eyes about money and showed you exactly what's been holding you back financially, please hit the like button, share which habit you'll change first in the comments below, and subscribe to English Life Stories for more life-changing content that improves both your English and your financial future. Your journey to financial freedom starts with a single decision. Make that decision today. See you in the next video, where we'll continue building the life you deserve. Remember, the difference between the rich and the poor isn't talent, luck, or connections. It's habits. And habits can be changed.